So I was just having a conversation with a man, and basically about relationship dynamics and like head of household, whatever. Basically, he tells me like, yeah, I want a relationship where my wife is like the head of household, and I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, he's like, schedules doctor's appointments, cooks, cleans, whatever have you, and I'm like, so you just want to go to work and you want her to raise the kids and do everything else, pretty much? He's like, yeah, and I'm like, okay. But then he went on to say, if I can't work, I need you to step up and like play your role. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, if something were to happen to me, like I would of course expect my wife to step up. I'm like, step up from what? Like she's raising your children, she's cooking, cleaning, scheduling doctor's appointments, she's doing all this. Like you want her to do all that and have money for you? Like if you don't have it, like if you can't do it, he's like, yeah. I'm like, what? Like he said, well, if I'm doing everything and I'm providing, I'm like, how are you doing everything when you just literally just said all you do is go to work? So you want your wife to raise your kids, schedule doctor's appointment. I literally listed all the stuff out. I said, you want your kids, your wife to raise your kids, schedule doctor's appointments, cook, clean, do all this, clothe your kids, all that. And then if you can't support the family financially, you want her to do that as well? He said, yeah. I was like, okay. Okay. Like, all right. Okay. Like, I didn't have anything else to say. Like, okay, like, you got it. Like, I don't know what, like, you don't want a relationship. You don't want a woman. Like, you don't, like, you want someone to take, you want your mom. Like, you want to go move back into your mother's house. Like, that's what you want. There's no way in hell you want a happy woman. Like, that's not the kind of life that you give to a woman that you want to make happy. Like, I don't understand. Like, do y'all just hate women? Please riddle me that. Like, let me know if y'all hate women. If y'all hate women, I will never talk to another man ever again in my life. Like, I swear. Like, let me know. Does that sound like the kind of relationship dynamic that you would give to someone that you value? Does that sound like it's coming from someone who actually values the emotional, mental, and physical labor that goes into being a full-time mother and wife? But all you want to do is go to work, and if something happens and you can't go to work, you get fired, you lose your job, and you want me to pick up that slack too? Go to hell. And then when I presented the scenario, I was like, how is she going to do all that and have kids? And he goes, well, don't have kids then. I was like, no, answer the question for the presented scenario. He's like, well, don't have kids. But you just said you would put a woman in that situation. Like, you would put a woman in that situation. He's like, well, yeah, like, that's the life I want. Y'all, do with this information what you will. I'm letting you know these men do not give a fuck about us.